Hello guys, welcome to my channel Genetic Coding. So in this video we will work with the concept of email and password authentication and registration using the Firebase Authentication and Firebase Firestore. So this video is the second video of our Firebase series. At this time I'm assuming that you have already connected your project with the Firebase. If you do not connect your project till yet with the Firebase, you can connect your project by following my video, which link I will provide in the description. So watch out this video and connect your project with the Firebase and come here to continue this video. So first of all we will do a login system. So here I have already created a screen in which I have already created an email field and a password field and a button. When I click on the button, then it will produce the error to enter the email and password. So how I made it? I have made using custom text field which I have already make here. This is my custom form text field. If you want how to make customized component and reuse them entire in your app, then you can follow my video in which I have teach how we can create customized component in the Flutter. So you can follow that video for learning how to make customized component. So here it is. Similarly, I have also made a button which is also a reusable component for me. So I have used this component in my login field. First of all, I have made custom field and then second custom field for password and next is button. Here I also used validator. Validator used using the key which is global key. Here I have made a form key which handle form state. So here I have wrapped all the field with the form. That's why I make my custom text field as a form text field, because the validator will work only in the form and on the text form field, not only text field. So come to the Firebase console part. I have already added project on the console. So go to on the Firebase console. Here select your project and in build just click on authentication and your authentication part will appear here. Click on that and start that authentication initialization. In your case it will show some type of different window, so just follow the screen instruction for initializing authentication tab. Now click on sign in method. Here just click on add new provider. I have already added this provider, so click on that and cross that and enable this email and password. This will enable your email and password method. Now we will add testing user in it. Admin 123@gmail.com, like this. This user we will use in our login screen for login demo. So we have created our user. Now we can go to the coding side. Here we will make a method which is void log. Here we will get a email text and password text. For authentication you need to install two dependency for this video. First is Firebase Auth and second is Cloud Firestore. So after inserting this package you will find this file Firebase Auth. Here we will find Firebase Auth and Firebase auth.instance, like this. It is initialized and now we will get credential. So here we will call await and call Firebase auth, and we have different type of methods here. What we will use sign in with email and password. We will pass our email text and password text. Now we will go to our credential and here we will check credential dot user is not equal to null. If the credential is not equal to null and coming user in this credential is also not null, it means the credential we supplied for authentication is right. If the credential is wrong, then it will come nullable. So we will use here a user. It should be from the Firebase auth and we will use logged in user. Here it is. Now we will call here set state logged in user and use here our credential dot user. This is, we will wrap this with this code which is here, and call on Firebase exception. If any type of exception will occur, it will print it here. Now we will call this method from here. Login email controller dot text and password controller dot text. Now when our user will logged in, then the information we get from the Firebase, we will show it into our screen. So here we will show email ID, which will come after authentication. So just make text like that, login user not equal to null, then we will show this type of text. Your email is logged in user dot email. This email is coming from the user we have initialized here. So let's rerun it. So now our code is initialized in our app by running it. So let's login admin123@gmail.com and here admin@123. Now login. Yes, this is how login is completed. You can see here we have logged in. Now we will go to the next screen, and also we will use to check whether our user is logged in or not. If the user is logged in, then we will directly navigate to the home screen. Otherwise it is not logged in, then we will show login screen, and also we will implement the logout method on the next screen. So here make next repository and make a new screen, which is we will name home target screen. Home target screen, home target. Now in the login part, when our authentication is done, like this here set state, and after that we will navigate navigator dot push replacement, because after authentication of our user we will not give option to come back to previous screen after login here. So we are push replacement home target screen. Now rerun it. Application is restarted again. We will call admin123@gmail.com. Now call admin@login. Now we have come in our home target screen. Now we will check, like whenever I rerun my app like this, whenever I rerun my app, you will see every time it will come on the login screen. So here we will check whether our user is logged in or not, like this. So we will start for authentication of a user, whether it is logged in or not. So now here we will make our new method, which is check logged in user. So we will use our Firebase auth here. We will check if, first of all we will use our current user. So we will await Firebase auth dot get current user. Here we will check our current user is null, I mean not equal to null. Not equal to null means our user is not logged in. It means we have not manually log out our user. Here we will call navigator, I mean we will copy this code, which is this, and copy here and paste here like that. When our user is not equal to null, then we will navigate to the home screen, and otherwise we will not perform any action here. And this will method we call from our init state. Here call checked login user. Here we will run again. Now you will notice we have not log out our user. You can see we have come direct on the home screen because we have not manually log out the user. So now in the home screen we will implement the logout button here, icon button, and here using this logout button we will log out our user and we will navigate it to the login screen. So here we will use our same Firebase auth object. So here initialize the Firebase auth object here, Firebase auth here, Firebase auth dot instance. Now call here Firebase auth dot sign out dot and call async, and we will wait and call. Then here we will wait for our result. When we call Firebase dot sign out, then the action is performed. After that we will navigate our user to the login screen, and here also use push replacement, because we do not want to user to come back to the home screen after logout, because when you use push, then it will make a history of stacks. The user will able to come back to the previous screen. That's why remember you have to use push replacement here. Login screen. Yes, this is our screen. In your case it may be different. Now we will run. Now when we click on that button, you will notice you will go to the login screen. So this was the process for login the user using the email and password authentication. And also we will check how the user can also be have check whether user is logged in or not. After that, the third process we completed here, how we can log out our user. Now we will come to our registration part. So for working in the register process, I have already made a screen which is I have created using our previous created custom component. So in our current login screen, I have added a register button here like that. For some seconds ago, we have only a login button, and now we have added a register button. Now here I have implemented navigator.push, and here I have target our register screen. So this is our registered target screen. When I click on that register button, this is our screen. We will follow here. First is email, and second password, and third field is our name. I have used same component as we used in the login screen. So now we will come to the coding part. Before proceeding to further, keep remember you have to add Cloud Firestore here and come to the Firebase console which we have connected, and here come in build and click on Firebase Firestore database. In your case, your window will be some kind of different from my one because I have already created the database and you do not tell yet. So just follow the screen instruction, and remember you have to be just start your database in the test mode. So keep in mind, just start and come in our coding part. Now for register, we will create method void register user. Here we will create our user in the authentication and also save the same user data in our database. So here string email text, after that string. So here we will deal for both authentication and Firebase Firestore. So we will make two objects. First will be our Firebase auth and second will be our Firebase Firestore. So here will be Firebase auth like this, Firebase auth dot stance, and Firebase Firestore here, Firestore dot instance. Now we have two object is initialized. We will use them here. First of all, we will create our user into the authentication part. So we will call here await, make this method asynchronized, Firebase auth dot create user with email and password. This will be our method. Pass here email text and password text. For registering our user on the authentication, we just need our email text and password text. Now we will get our credential and dot user. Check if it is null or not. If it is not null, it means our user is created on the Firebase authentication. After that, we will come here in the if block. Before that, surround this code with the exception. If some type of exception occur during the creation of user, then it will catch that, like Firebase. This exception may be some type of like big password, because Firebase is authenticated with minimum of 6 character of password, or maybe email already registered with Firebase authentication. So this type of exception may occur while creating our user. So we will handle these exception here, print like this. Now here we will make our map for inserting our database. So Firebase Firestore database is like in such a like structure in which first of all come collection, after that document, and come the fields. You can say here first of all is collection, like you define your collection like some data here. Now it required some ID like name, we will fill out here they like this. You can see here collection, that document, then fields. If inside there is another collection, then you can go ahead and it will follow same rule like collection document like that. You can imagine collection as a envelope and the document is pages inside it, and the field is data represented on the pages. So field represented on the pages, so every pages has unique fields, and also this collection of pages, or we can say document, is called collection. This is like that. So come into our code part, come here, we will define a map like this. So here we have make our email key, and we will get this email from our created user we do not use this email text. This email text is coming from the locally, but we will initialize our email from the credential part. So credential user dot email. After that password, we will save this password also. So here it is our password text, and we will use our username, and we will pass here created at, I mean which time I have created the data. So I am using timestamp dot now, and image URL you will keep here null, because we will update this URL further in our videos as we progress in our app. And user ID, so every time we registered our user on the authentication part, it will generate a unique key. Which unique key? Here come in, we have generated here, you can see here, this is unique user UID. We will use this for our unique identification. Here we have added the document unique, so we will use it for this purpose. So how you can use that? Here first of all call Firebase Firestore. First of all we will call collection. Here we collection use users. Now pass doc, and we will paste it here. Now it is the reference of document, so we will store in our data too. Now call set, we will pass our doc data here. Now we will call here then like this, and also we will handle our error. Second argument is not required here, so we will call any type of error will occur, will print here. And when our user is registered, we will print here user is registered. Click, we have user is registered. This is our, so this is our Firestore code, and this is our Firebase auth code. So we will call this registered user from here. Registered user, call here email controller dot text, password controller dot text, and username, I mean name controller dot text. Here we have passed our test. Now we will rerun it again. Our code is integrated. Now we will test whether it is working or not. So we have come here. Now we'll do registered. We will here call admin added email. Let's see what will happen. Submit, and you will see exception. The email address is already in use by another account, so we can't integrate it here. So this is the exception will handle by the try catch block. Now we will use another email. We will just change this. Now we will submit. So here it is saying user is registered. Now we will check on our Firebase console, refresh it. So you can see here we have user, we have our UID here, and it is created date admin 1234 and Devmar admin at the 12. Now we have check on the authentication. We have already created our user here. This is unique ID which we reflect here. You can also send, like after authentication we send it push replace, because after register we do not want our user to come back to this screen. So we will use here push replacement, context home target screen. Now here we will rerun again. Now we will create here 5. It will create another user for us and navigate to next screen like that. Hope you understand. Hope you understand how we can log in our user using our Firebase and also register that user. So if you got any knowledge from this video, please like this and subscribe my channel and support me with your love. Thank you.